Hey, how you guys doing? This is Chris Cupp over here at Smart Debt Services. Today's video, I just want to talk about judgment. These are just going to be kind of off the top of my head. I don't have any real notes on this. I'm actually in our podcast room over here at Smart Debt Services. We have a room that we're putting into where we can, create the podcast for the people of San Diego. And then also we're going to be doing some interviews for the Smart Debt Services podcast that hopefully bring you guys some value. But a lot of times, I got a couple messages yesterday about why am I putting out these videos and why am I doing this and why am I on TikTok, and it's weird. It's just like I thought to myself, I think me 4 or 5 years ago probably wouldn't have been doing this. I think there are things that happen in life that got me to this point of where I realized that the attention. I wasn't a person that wanted the attention on a making video process, right, and creating content, and it wasn't even a thought process for me. I was more involved in myself, and I cared about the judgment of others at that point back then. And it's funny going through what I've gone through over the past 3 or 4 or 5 years. By the way, self-inflicted. It's not like don't feel sorry for me or anything, but you start learning about how building a business happens and how at the end of the day, no matter what you think is right, it's all about the customer, the marketplace, I should say. What do they respond to? How do they respond? How do they want to respond? When I talk about hey, listen, we create these videos, and I would love for someone just to call me on the phone and I can help them, right? But the reality is that that's not how people communicate nowadays. So now it's done through texting and some type of email or Facebook messages or Instagram messages. And I think about judgment, and I think about why we don't take action. Not only just for making videos for your business or whatever it is, right? But I'm just talking about action in general. I think about just personally. Most of my friends or most people that know me, they probably heard from me a million times, oh, I need to lose weight, or I need to do this, especially on the weight side of things, right? And it's so simple. You just eat less and you start working out, right? And you start moving, you start doing things. It's simple, but you have to be in the right headspace for it. And then I kind of correlate that over to personal finance. It's simple. Just live within your means. Yeah, it's simple, but what headspace is that person in? What headspace are you in at that point of, they're in different headspaces. They're in different mindsets. And that's where I come down to the judgment process. It's we're worried about what our parents are going to think about us. We're worried about what our friends are going to think about us. We're worried about all these things that are really not determining factors into our success. The determining factor I see into success is consistency and just doing, right? And I'm not preaching about this, by the way. I'm in the process of, learning this and understanding, especially from a business standpoint with the content and the media process. But someone sent me a message on LinkedIn yesterday, and I thought about the judgment process. I thought about this person was, asking, help for their debt situation, and it's not normal platform that I usually get questions on the debt, right? I usually just get questions on, how the video process, how's the podcast, how are you doing that? It's just like technical things, right? Or just connecting in general. But, they're in, without getting too much into it, I just think about what's stopping that person from actually doing something is the judgment of others. I've said a couple times in the past couple videos, the inability for someone or for us or for myself or anyone to take, 2 steps backwards so you can take 3 or 4 steps forward is creating unhappiness. It's putting someone into a situation where they're waking up in the morning, and the people I talk to, of course, I'm not, we could correlate to any industry, but the people I talk to are in debt. And they're in, credit card debt. They're in personal loan debts. They've been getting offers in the mail for personal loans. They've been, racking up. Sometimes people, straddle with student loans that they can't seem to pay down, especially these federal student loans. And you can't go back in time, but you can definitely move forward is what I'm trying to get at. It's the habits the decisions we made got us to where we're at right now. And, unless you're like, 85 or 90 years old, you have a lot of time left on this earth. Like, I put a post the other day of a picture of me when I was 18 years old. And that was 20 years ago. I'm 38. And I think to myself, when I was 18 years old, like someone who was my age now, 38, 39, 40 years old, I thought was like dead. Like, that person's old. And then I'm here at this age now, and I'm realizing, like, dude, I could have punted, and I theoretically did punt the last 36, 37, 38 years. And I still have the ability in the at-bat today to create something and help people based on, what I've learned. And that's what I'm trying to do. So sometimes the videos I put out, I feel, I'm trying to do my best on providing more value. Like, I know that people don't like to talk about their debts, so I'm just trying to figure out a way to gain more attention on the top. I'm going to be putting out like more podcasts. People can listen to them. I'm going to be putting out more videos. I think at the end of the day, the reality is that with social media, the way the algorithms work in your actual platforms, if you liked the content, they're going to show you more of it. If you don't like the content, you're probably not going to see a lot of this. So I don't think there's ever too much content. I know it's hard. It's difficult on my side of things putting out this amount. It's a video a day, a couple videos a day maybe, and then splicing it into micro content to put out there. And yeah, that's what I'm doing. Once I put that video out, I get it transcribed and I make it into a blog post. I'm starting to do that because I know a lot of people like to read. I'm not a big reader, but I know a lot of people do, which is why books are made. And blog posts are out there. So transcribing the videos, putting it into a blog post starting today. I'll probably put out a couple of those. The podcast, I rip the audio from the videos to make it a podcast. I just started making podcast-specific content with my podcast number 33 or 34. So that's going to be a specific podcast that's going to happen. It's going to be more of a show type of things where we go over what's credit card information's in the news. Go over frequently asked questions like we've gone over before. I know that helps a lot of people. I've gotten a lot of messages on that. And then we're going to go over people's situations, people that we talk to on a daily basis that, you might relate to if you're watching this, and realize that you're not alone if you're in that situation of, maxed out on credit cards, living paycheck to paycheck. There's a lot of people going through that situation right now. And I'm very empathetic for those people, and I just want to be able to help those people. So that being said, again, judgment, that's the video. Judgment. Don't care what other people think. I know it's hard, but just don't care. Do you. I guess at the end of the day, just, whoever you're dealing with from a judgment standpoint, just do you. Do what you want to do on your side of things, and let the chips fall where they may. Like, just make it happen, right? So I'm done with the rant of the day. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. We're getting close to Christmas time. I'll be in the office till the end of this week and next week until Christmas Eve. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Talk to you guys soon.